Hey everybody, Monkey King here, bringing you another Revoltech review, and I gotta say, it's nice to be back and doing some Revoltech reviews. I haven't done one in a while, so let's go ahead and get started. As you can see, this is the Rurouni Kenshin 15th Anniversary Edition. They also have the Hirokiri Batosai the Manslayer, which essentially is kind of the same thing, a little bit different colored hair, and instead of red, I think it's either blue or a very, very dark green. Oh, and his pants are blue too. But that's besides the point. So basically, either one is good. They have the same amount of accessories and everything like that. So let's get rid of the box. And let's look at Kenshin Himura. Huh. As you can see, there is a lot of detail in there. He's got his happy face on. A lot of detail all around. I like how they incorporated the kind of make it look like he's actually moving. So that's a good positive, especially with his outfit, for it to be really bulky, for them to incorporate so much detail. The sculpted molding of, the little crevices and all that is really, really nice. Some people might be turned off by the fact that he's got such really bulky legs, but that actually doesn't hinder the articulation at all. That doesn't hinder the articulation at all. Even with his belt, it's still pretty good. Knees bend like any other. Thighs swivel all the way around. Let's see. Hair is actually on a Revoltech joint as well, so you can have him pose in any which way you want. Of course, you have to turn it a bit to change it up. So if you ever wanted him to be throwing down some mad skills like the manslayer he is. And before anybody says, yes, I know, this is the version after he quit being a manslayer, but he's still pretty awesome. So technically he still is the manslayer, he just hasn't killed anybody as of recently. One of the downsides is, well, I admit, because of such bulky pants and his feet, it does create a little bit of balance issues. But getting his feet in a position to be balanced isn't really that hard. Thanks to the Revoltech joints, he has, I guess you could say, ankle pivots or whatever, because you can actually turn his foot any direction you need, like a natural foot would. Another really neat feature is they included two different versions of the sword. They included one that is completely closed, and, well, technically you can't open it. I did that by accident. And the blade out. And you can even tell it's got the little bit of highlights in there to simulate, like a real blade. And then there is this one. Pretty much it's the same two as these, but the inside of his hilt, sure to tell someone to do this, is hollowed out. Which alone is a neat feature. As far as accessories count goes, it comes with two different faces and hands. Now the face is pretty much the same one, not the one he has on, but these two are pretty much the same. It's just looking in different directions. Hands include splayed open, and he has two different sword holding hands. These, depending on which sword you use, because they're a little bit different in width, depending on which sword you use, determines on which one to use as well. Because this one's a little thicker, this one's a little thinner. So let's see. Sorry, Kenshin. So let's see. We put this one in here. No, it's too thin. Also too thin. This one, just right. The hands like this more than likely belong on this hand. And the really neat feature is, say you actually wanted him to be drawing his sword, then you can actually pivot his hand a bit to actually get it in there, and then just make it look like he's actually drawing the sword out. And then if you just want to get the actual, you go ahead and remove. Kenshin, you gotta let go of the blade. Kenshin, quit being. I know you have problems. It's okay, Kenshin. Calm down. So you just want to go ahead and get the blade out. There we go. But yeah, let's have Kenshin holding his sword. We got his hilt in this hand. And let's get him in an action pose. And of course we can't do action pose without his face, so you just pop his head off. I know, scary. And then you take his hair off, which reveals his face. Take the face off. There's going to be these. That's what it's going to look like. And then you just plug it in like that. Plug it in like that. Then you just place it back in. And there you go. And then you have Hirokiri. Why do I keep saying? Well, it's the same person, but then you have Kenshin in battle pose, which is really neat. Thanks to his clothes and the way they're sculpted, really helps bring him out and brings out a more action-esque pose. And another thing, unlike most Revoltech joints, he has little hinges, which these are really tight, so that's a bonus. And he also comes with another belt for the little sword, like this, so it fits in there. Like so. All in all, I give Kenshin I gotta give Kenshin a perfect 5 out of 5. I mean, he's a lot of fun to play with, he's a lot of fun to pose, and for any really big anime or just Kenshin fan out there, he's a great addition to have. So, this is the Monkey King saying, review on.